y'all, what's going on? I am Tay, and welcome back to another episode of All Things Lifestyle. And happy new year. It is 2023. So glad to be here podcasting. I'm almost at a year. I'm so excited because I started this podcast almost a year ago, like 3 more weeks, it'll be a year. I hope everyone had a safe and great holiday season, Christmas, and the new year. This week on the podcast, I'm going to be talking about planning and prepping for the new year and charging your social battery, because I feel like not enough people talk about it, because like talking to people, going to people's houses, going to the festivities, going to the parties, hosting, it's a lot. And it literally kills your social battery. I can't do too much in a weekend. I can't do too much in a day because I need to preserve my energy. Thank you so much for rocking with me in 2022. I feel like I was consistent, but I did miss some weeks, clearly. I was going to upload last week, but I ended up getting sick. Last week. It was only for a short amount of time though, but it was literally the time frame that I record, edit, and upload. And honestly, I just was like, it's the end of the year. It's okay. We're about to be in a new year next week, and I'm gonna just start the new year off right, and I'll just let my throat rest, because I had a sore throat, stuffy nose, and I was not feeling it. And I'm like, I was gonna try to push myself to record, but I'm like, I don't think nobody wants to hear a stuffy voice. But it didn't last too long, because I ended up taking NyQuil. Like, as soon as I felt the little itch scratch in my throat, started taking NyQuil early, so it didn't last as long as if I wouldn't have took anything, or if I would have just drank some tea. Even though drinking tea, it does work for me. But yeah, I caught it early. And fun fact about me, all these sleeping aids like NyQuil, Benadryl, all those nighttime things that's supposed to knock you out, not supposed to, it does, most people knock you out and go to sleep, it does not work for me. Like, I sleep very regular on NyQuil. Like, I don't just take NyQuil and 20 minutes later I'm knocked out. That is not how it is. I will take my NyQuil, my dosage or whatever, and I'm still up. Like, if I take it at like 8, I'm still up till like 10 or 11. And I sleep like normal, and I wake up like normal. Like, it does not affect me. And like I said, I haven't taken a lot of sleeping medicines. The only two I could really think of that I've taken is NyQuil and Benadryl. But yeah, those do not work for me. I'm like, I need something super strong, like, to put me to sleep, because it don't. I sleep like regular on those things. So, and melatonin too. Melatonin doesn't do anything for me. That's why I'm like, it's a little frustrating, because I hear people like stories like, oh my God, I got the best sleep when I was on NyQuil, not on NyQuil. When I was on NyQuil, that sounds bad. When I took NyQuil, like, if they're saying they took NyQuil, I got the best sleep. I'm knocked out. I'm like, I want that. Like, even though I sleep okay. I sleep good. Now that I'm back on like day shift and everything, I sleep good. But I want that sleep that everybody's talking about when they fall asleep, when they're taking, NyQuil and Benadryl and stuff. So melatonin, I've heard mixed reviews. Like, I've heard people say it doesn't do anything to them. It makes them sleep too much. And yeah. But that was just I just got off track. But yeah, I got sick, so that's why I didn't upload last week. Just giving myself grace. And I'm like, I got this next week. And New Year, new me. I'm just playing. No, not New Year, new me. Not New Year, new me. Honestly, I know a lot of people hate that saying. I hate it too. It is kind of cringe. But at the same time, it's not, though, because you really got to think about it. Like, I love it because you can literally start new. It's 2023. It's a whole new year. Like, if 2022 was terrible for you, you can literally leave everything. You do not have to bring the negativity with you. So I feel like New Year, new me, you can use it. I don't feel like it applies to me per se. That's the main thing people say. Oh, New Year, new me. It's up. Like, no. No. But at the same time, yeah. when people say new year, new me, I'm just like, whatever. But then again, I'm like, you got a point. A point was actually made there. If you are loving the show, I would love if you could give the show a star rating wherever you're listening, if they offer a way to rate the show. I know on Apple Podcasts, you're able to leave a written review and a star rating. So let me know things like in the written reviews. Let me know things that you're loving about the show. Any topics that you would like for me to talk about, topic suggestions, anything. Ratings and review, they help rank the show and help other people find my show. So just like how you found me with the rating or review, other people can find me, I'm so happy to be building this lifestyle community with y'all, and the numbers are just going up. So I'm excited, because the more, it's like the more people, are listening, it's like, oh snap, you're here, and then it's like you're back, and then you're back again. So I really love it. So I love having these chats with y'all. Like I've mentioned before, I've said this on multiple episodes before, I really appreciate y'all for tuning in every week and keeping up, and I really enjoy doing this on a weekly basis. And if you haven't listened to any episodes before this one, if this is your first time listening, go ahead and go back to listen to the previous episodes. I have 40 episodes. I have a total of 40 episodes. This is the 41st episode. So you want to know a little something, go back and listen. Thank you so much for sticking around, guys. So like I said, it's a new year, and I'm starting the new year off with dry January. So dry January is no drinking. And I don't have anything to do. I know it's hard for people when you're taking vacations or trips and stuff like that. So if you have a trip and all that stuff planned, then it's going to be kind of hard, because you're going to want to you might want to have a little cocktail, a little drink, or a shot. Okay, period. Glass of wine, glass of champagne. You might want to have a little something. So dry January might not be for you if you have something planned for January. But for me, I don't have anything planned, so I'm doing dry January. It's a good start. I know a lot of people too do a fast. This girl I follow on Instagram, she's doing the Daniel fast. I'm not super educated on it, but I did buy her cookbook. She has a cookbook. I did buy her cookbook because the Daniel fast is pretty much like a plant-based diet. I love that because I like to do meatless Mondays, and I don't like to eat meat every single day. I love having different recipes to look at and to go off of, and just to have something different, to eat something different, because I'm so many salads and quinoa that you can eat, what I'm saying? Because that's my go-to for meatless Mondays, salads and quinoa. But she has a cookbook, so I ordered her cookbook, but it's based on the Daniel fast. So yeah, it's based on that. So a lot of people are starting off, dry January, fasting, working out. Working out is a good one. I keep seeing these memes. These memes are like, oh, y'all gonna be in the gym on January 1st, and then people weigh, because of the regular gym goers, and then you got those people that it's like a gym influx the first month of the year. I don't even say the first month. I feel like it's the first 2.5 weeks, because it don't last long. I feel like a lot of people, they do that oh, I'm gonna start the new year, start working out, and then I feel like some people may go too hard and be okay, and then they get out of it really fast. But yeah, that is so funny. They're y'all gonna be in the gym in them people way. I mean, that's not a bad thing. If you want to start the year off going to the gym, do it. It's just, you got to stay consistent. So yeah, working out, eating right, dry January. Yeah, so that's how I'm starting off 2023. And I've been on my workout grind. I'm actually doing this workout plan. I'm on week 3 currently. So yeah, it's going good. This is a workout plan me and my friends did let's say 3 years ago. Almost 4 years ago. Oh my gosh. And I still have it in my phone, and I go back to it anytime anytime I need a good reboot, good workout, a good challenge. I like to challenge myself. Any kind of workout challenges, I go back to that one because it's such a good workout. So yes, it's a 6-week program. I'm on week 3. So far so good. I'm almost to my goal weight. I'm 7 pounds away from my goal weight. So yeah, I'm trying to get there, but still giving myself grace at the same time, because it's not easy. And the older you get, the more the weight sticks. Okay, the food sticks, The weight sticks. Everything just sticks the older you get. So before I get into the plan and prep and charging social battery and everything, I'm going to incorporate a word of the year for myself for this year. I've never done this, but I've seen like other people do it like over the years. Like my word of the year is this, my quote of the year, anything for the year. So I feel like a word of the year is kind of like distinct. Like I want to embody it. You know what I'm saying? I want to live by it and I want to remember. And anytime I like make a decision or anything for the year, anytime this year or have a situation come up, I want to remember this word. And my word of the year is intentional. I want to be intentional with everything that I do when it comes to relationships, finances, anything, going out, you know what I'm saying, social. I just want to be intentional with everything. And I feel like being intentional, it speaks for itself. You're moving with intention. You're moving for a reason. You're moving for a purpose. What's the reason for this? If there's no reason, or if the reason is like, what's the point? So yeah, intentional is my word for the year. My episodes are on YouTube. That's another thing too. Subscribe. If you're on YouTube listening, subscribe and like and comment. Comment your word of the year if you have one. And if you don't have one, try to think of one. And make it realistic. Don't make it something like super out of the box, something that you wouldn't even do. Make it realistic. And of course, you want to not the same as you are, because I feel like we're all growing. We're all human beings. We all want to change a little bit. So make it something like a goal. Like, I want to be more kind of like mine. I want to be more intentional, because I feel like in the past I haven't been super intentional when it comes to everything. And it won't be like that for everything, because we're all human and things happen. But for the most part, everything that is in your control and is in my control, I'm going to try to be intentional about it. So yeah, definitely comment if you're on YouTube your word of the year. But yeah, I have some exciting things coming up this year for the podcast. I want to have way more guests. I'm going to start my video on podcast. What's wrong with me today? I'm going to start my video on YouTube. So like you can watch me do the podcast on YouTube in the springtime around like, I want to say May. Still a couple months from now, like 4 or 5 months, but I'm going to start that in May, in the spring. I just upload my episodes on YouTube now just for convenience. Like, I don't know if it's more convenient for people to listen on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or it might be super convenient for somebody to just throw it up on YouTube. I don't know. But I just want to give that option. But yes, video on YouTube is coming in May, and I'm starting a new segment called Product of the Week. So I feel like Product of the Week is it's on brand for me, because I love products. I love shopping. I love trying new things. I just like stuff, okay? And I feel like I'm always talking about products. Like, I've found myself on the past episodes, like, I'm like, oh, I tried this. I'm using this. I ordered this. I got this. So I feel like it's only right to make it a segment. So Product of the Week is starting this week. I'm taking a break from the Tune In with Tay, because I haven't been watching anything new. Y'all, when I say I watch the same things over again, I have watched Grey's Anatomy for the millionth time from start to finish. Like, it's bad, but it's one of those shows where you just have in the background. But I haven't been watching anything new, and I don't really plan on watching anything new. Like, I mean, I guess that sounds bad, but anybody that knows me know I'm a creature of habit. I'm such a creature of habit. I'm so consistent when it comes to certain things. So I have my things that I like to watch. I have my things that's comforting, and I just stick to it. I watch new things, but for the most part, I'm watching the same things. So I'm going to take a break for Tune In with Tay for now. It's not going to be gone forever, but I'm definitely going to incorporate Product of the Week, because it just makes sense. That's kind of a long intro, but with all that being said, let's get into the affirmation. The affirmation this week is, I am allowed to be myself and show people who I am. I'm going to say it again. I am allowed to be myself and show people who I am. And I feel like this affirmation is on point. I mean, you don't have to pretend to be anybody you're not. If you're around certain people, you don't have to fake the funk. So yeah, and I know for me, like, I feel like I'm like an introvert extrovert, but I'm more on the introverted side. I've always been like that since I was a kid. I never was that kid to go outside and play with the other kids all the time. Like, I was in the house reading a book, watching TV, just enjoying my own company. That's just how I've always been and still is to this day. I love to go out. I love to be social, but I have to be in the mood. It's okay. It's okay, and you can show people who you are. And don't be ashamed about it. It is what it is. Okay, so let's get into the new segment. I talked about product of the week. Okay, so I got this product in a care package. My friend Jen sent me a care package for the holidays and my birthday. Oh my God, I was in tears because, okay, so I know, don't come for me, but I was in tears because I get so emotional when people take the time out to do things for me. I'm just so grateful because I'm just like, oh my God, you took the time, you went to the store and you got this, or you were on your computer, on your phone, and ordered this for me. You took the time out to take the package to the post office and mail it. Like, I get so emotional. I get in my feelings for stuff like that because it's like, people don't have to do those things. So I just got all of my feels when I got the package, and I just love my friends. So thank you to my friends Jen, Tree, and James for sending me the care package. It's so sweet. Okay, so the product this week is the Dove Mango Almond Butter Exfoliator Body Polish. Y'all, this exfoliator, I feel like, not gonna lie, it's in my top 3 now. This exfoliator is in my top 3. It's so good, and it actually like exfoliate. Like, you can tell, like, so I like to exfoliate before and after shaving. Stops, like, that itching, when you shave your legs and it itches. If you exfoliate before and after you shave, it kind of, I don't think it itches at all when you get done. And I like to do that, and it's like, it's good. It gets in there. It's a good exfoliation, and it smells so good. Mango. It's the mango for me. I love anything. I love eating mangoes, mango juice. I love anything mango. Anything mango, it leaves your skin so smooth. It smells so good. And 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, I texted her and I was like, have you tried this? Because she got it for me. And I'm like, have you tried it? She was like, no, I haven't. Girl, go get it. I'm telling all of y'all too. Go get it. Like, go try it. The Dove exfoliator. I'm going to have it linked in my shop. And that's another thing too. So I know I mentioned this before, but I have a shop, shop.my. It's always linked in the show notes or description box, wherever you're listening. And you would just click there, and all the products that I recommend, all the products I'm talking about, and past products that I've talked about on the podcast are there. So click that link. I'll have the link to the exfoliator too. All of it's in the show notes, in the description box, and in the description box. So go ahead and check that out. But yeah, that's the product this week, and I love it. I love exfoliators, period. But yeah, that's definitely in my top 3 now, for sure. Okay, so there are so many things that we can do to prep and get ready for the new year. I just named a couple, like I said, dry January, working out, eating right, all of these things. What I'm going to talk about for the plan and prep is just different things to where you can get into a routine. Now, if y'all been listening, y'all know I love a routine. I love a night routine. I love a morning routine, skincare routine, hair routine, hygiene routine, shower routine, all of those. I just love a routine. It just makes me feel good. So the first thing I want to say is get a planner or a notebook. Now, me personally, I'm not a planner girl. I'm personally not a planner type of girl unless the planner is like super simple. Only reason I don't feel like I've ever been able to stick to a planner is because I feel like some planners have a lot going on in it. And I'm just a notebook kind of girl. I do a notebook, and I like to just write down lists. I like to write down to-do lists. And that brings me to this one notebook. I've mentioned her channel before on one of my episodes for Tune In with Tay. Her name is Erin, and she has a YouTube channel called Erin on Demand, and same on Instagram. She has a product. It's called the Top 3 Notebook. And literally, it's the top 3, like you write your top 3 tasks for the day, and then you can write the rest of your tasks, but the top 3 is the 3 things that you have to get done for the day. And that's what brings me to the planning tips. So it's okay to have those top 3 things or 4 things or 5 things, but in her notebook it's 3. But those top tasks for the day, and then for the rest of the tasks, if you don't get them done, it's okay if you don't get them done. Like, give yourself grace. It's okay, and you can follow up with those tasks the next day, but just have those first 3, 4 tasks for the day, and you'll be able to get it done. So yeah, she has this notebook. I've been seeing it, and I'm gonna go ahead and order it because she only has a little bit left. So I'm gonna order it, but yeah, it's called the Top 3 Notebook. It looks so cool. Get a planner, get a notebook, and then some planning techniques. So these are some, like I just named the one, the putting your 3 tasks at the top, and then just some very broad ones is going from big to small. So I have plan for the year, plan for the quarter, plan for the month, plan for the week, and plan for the day. Now for me, I like to sit down weekly to plan my week. I'm not good at planning my day unless I'm at work and I'm like, I get hit with all these tasks like for work. But if it's like for personal things, like, for appointments and, podcast things or anything I'm going to do personally, go to dinner or something like that, anything personal, I sit down on a Saturday or Sunday or a Monday and plan that whole week versus doing it day by day. I don't like doing it day by day, but I definitely like doing it for the whole week. But yeah, and like I said, like planning for the year, that's very broad. Like very broad. I did sit down and plan everything I want to do this year, but again, very broad. You kind of have to scale it down a little bit and start small, like your week and then your month and then your quarter. But I feel like planning for the year and planning for the quarter is crucial because those are some things that you want to get done in that time frame. Because a quarter is only 3 months. So you have January, February, March. So the first quarter, go ahead and start planning things that you want to get done for sure, and then start scaling it down to the month, and then by week, and then by day. And then another thing too is write down steps to get to those goals you want to achieve. For example, if you want to save up a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time frame, write down how much you'll have to save per week or per month. You know what I'm saying? So those are like, you're taking the steps. So I'm like, okay, I want to save $2,000 in this quarter. So this is how much I'll have to save every week or every month to get to that goal. Pretty much like that. And I feel like minimizing it, like not dumbing it down, but minimizing it like that. Like, okay, this is what I have to do to get there. I feel like it's motivating because it's kind of breaking it down into smaller numbers because $3,000 might be a lot. And it's like, okay, you might be thinking like, I'm not going to reach that. But if you minimize it down, like, oh, okay, $200. Okay. I have an extra 200. I could just throw that in there, So it's like minimizing it down is definitely helpful. Seeing those smaller numbers are definitely helpful. And then again, planning, prepping, routine, all of these things is going to take discipline. It's definitely going to take discipline. And I know sometimes I lack in it. I can definitely be disciplined, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not into this. I'm not doing it. And, can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to my word of the year, intentional. I have to be intentional about my things. If I want my podcast to grow, I have to show up every week. Like that's just how it is. Like, if I want my podcast to grow, if I want more people to listen and I want more people to get on, I got to show up every week. And it just takes discipline. And I know planning can be overwhelming. And that's why I said I don't do planners, because I feel like it's a lot in planners. I love the simplicity of just a plain paper. I could do anything on it. I could write anything on it. So that's why I said I'm a notebook girl, and I just love the simplicity of it. Like, I'm not one of those people that like to put so many things on one page. It just gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety, and it makes me not want to do it. I'm just being real. That's just how I am, and that's just how my brain works. So I like to keep things simple. I like to keep it clean, organized. I don't like having everything jumbled on a paper, so many things. And I like a notebook too, just to write down random things. Since starting my podcast, I have used my notebook so much, just writing down random podcast episodes ideas, just different ideas. I love a notebook for that. And honestly, your notes app on your phone. I am faithful to my notes app. And I love how you have like folders and sections. And I just love how the notes app has elevated on the phone because it's such a saving grace. And I love it. So yeah, the notes app on your phone is good too. I'm famous for using my notes app. As soon as I have an idea, if I don't have my notebook with me, I'm putting it in my notes. And I'll organize it later, but I just jot it down in my notes. Oh, episode idea or whatever. Whatever I think of, it goes in my notes app. Honestly, that could be a form of digital planning. And that was going to be my next thing I talk about. I haven't really got into digital planning as much at all, honestly. I guess digital planning could be using your notes app, and you can, organize it a certain way. So if that will help, because I feel like the way I have it set up on my notes app right now, this could be like digital, like I do my digital outlines for the podcast. So I guess I have been digital planning, but I feel like it is a form of digital planning. They actually have like influencers and everything. They have digital planners, so you can purchase it and digitally plan it. So yeah, I guess, digital planning and journaling. It's important to keep the momentum throughout the year. This is what I meant by being disciplined. You don't want to, and this is what I meant by the beginning of the episode when I said people work out for 2.5 weeks and they don't work out for like 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying? Is you have to find something in you. And this is where you have to dig deep and you have to, kind of find your purpose of why I'm doing this. What does this help me? You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing something that's not helpful to you, change it up. It's important to keep the momentum and the discipline throughout the year when it comes to planning and doing everything. And you might be listening to this episode like, I'm not even a planner. I don't plan. I remember everything. I don't have to write anything down. That's fine. That is completely okay. But I feel like you always need a routine for something. There are going to be days where you're not going to be productive. There are going to be days where you're not going to feel like doing absolutely nothing. Those days where you just want to lay in bed and lay on the couch for a whole day, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Do not let anybody tell you that it's not, because I'm here to tell you that it is. Because one thing about it, if I want to chill, I'm going to chill. So yeah, no days are going to be the same, and every day is not going to be productive. And that's fine. If you want to lay on the couch all day and binge watch a show and eat snacks, that's okay, because there's always tomorrow. That's why I love tomorrow. Like literally. Glorilla. It's tomorrow. But that's why I love tomorrow. Like that's why I love it. Because it's like you could literally did absolutely nothing today, but you have tomorrow to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel pressured. Every day is not going to be the same or super productive. Last but not least, with the whole plan and prep chat, digital vision boards. So I just did a digital vision board. It's motivating. You can make it physically, but I did mine digitally, and it was, first of all, so much easier, so much faster. But it's very motivating because those are things that a collage you're putting together of photos that you want to happen this year, like things you're manifesting pretty much. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I can actually see myself getting this year. I can see myself doing this year. And it was super easy to make. I made mine through, I think I uploaded one photo on my Instagram story, because I tried to do it on like one of the photo editor thing, but I didn't. I just uploaded, like you're about to upload an Instagram story, and I just kept adding pictures on the IG story and then added my word. And yeah, it was super easy. I found the photos that I wanted on Pinterest, screenshotted them, and that's how it turned out. So yeah, definitely recommend a digital vision board. It's so easy and quick. Okay, so last but not least, let's get into some things of charging your social battery. So again, your social battery is important because exactly how it sounds, that's what you need to be social. So have alone time. I feel like it's important to have alone time when your social battery is low, because when you have alone time, it's just you. You don't have to worry about talking to nobody. You don't have to worry about entertaining anybody. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just you. So have some alone time. And another one, don't overexert your energy all in one place, especially if you have multiple places to go in one night or in a weekend. Do not overexert yourself. Yeah, I've been guilty of that, to where I have given all of my energy in one place and I have more things to do in a weekend. So try not to overexert. Try not to overexert yourself. Preserve your energy. Give a little bit to to this day, a little bit to that day. And I'm sure like the holidays was a lot for some people. Like it can be, if you're hosting, if you're going to all these parties, all these festivities, all of these things, like I said before, it's a lot. So I feel like now, if any other time, I feel like now is a time where you have to charge your social battery. You have to have some time to yourself. You have to do things that you want to do, because after the holidays, because Thanksgiving and Christmas is back to back. And especially if you got birthdays in between there, any kind of other things between there, it's just all back to back. And your social battery is low. And it's crazy because I didn't even know what this was called. I didn't even know this had a name. Like growing up, I would just be exhausted from being around people, and I would go in my room and just lay there. What's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm just chilling. But I didn't know to say my social battery is low. I didn't know to say that. I'm just like, I just want to lay here. I just please leave me alone. Like, but yeah, as a kid, I didn't know to say, oh, my social battery is low. I'm just like, I just want to lay here, So definitely do something. Another one, do an activity for you that's relaxing. So I would say something like that doesn't take too much energy, but to some people, working out is relaxing. Can't relate, but to some people that's relaxing, and that takes a lot of energy though. But whatever relaxes you, whether it's going on a hike, just do something that's relaxing to you to charge your social battery. One of my favorite things to do is, when I'm trying to charge my social battery, is to pour into me. So what I mean by that is like, write down goals I want to do, goals I want to accomplish, things I want to do, ideas for my podcast. Pour into me, you know what I'm saying? Things I want to do for work-wise, professionally-wise, things I want to do, things I want to change, how much money I want to make. I pour into me, and I just, like I said, my notes app, Saving Grace, and I just go on my notes app and just go off. So that's one of the main things that I do to pour into me, and to charge my social battery. Pour into myself. Another favorite thing to do is to just absolutely do nothing and just lay there, scroll on TikTok. I could be on TikTok. I could be on TikTok for hours. And me, I think I said this before. Me and my friend Tavana, we just be sending TikToks back to each other. Ha ha, hee hee, ha ha. It's just so funny. TikTok, it depends on what side of TikTok you can get to. Because like I said, TikTok is unhinged. Okay? But I'm more so on the lifestyle, funny side of TikTok. My TikToks, the ones that pop up on my feed are little mini vlogs and funny movie skits and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm on the funny lifestyle part of TikTok. And last but not least, I'll put on here, so on brand for me. If you have been listening to my episodes, you know what I'm about to say. Have a self-care day. I love a self-care. And whatever self-care means to you. Self-care to me is doing a facial, having some tea, and drinking a whole bunch of water, especially catch up on my water intake. If my water intake been low for the day or a couple days before, catch up on my water intake. Just, again, pour into me. That's definitely a way I like to charge my social battery. We've made it to the end of the episode. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for listening and for rocking with me throughout 2022. Like I said before, we are in a new year, 2023. I'm going to be uploading every week and just coming with it with the content, okay? Coming with the episodes every Thursday. All things lifestyle, period. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next week. And remember, it's a lifestyle. Bye.